Good morning, happy Sunday. It's nearly 8:30 and I am ready with my Sunday morning breakfast. So I've got a coffee made with 80ml of skimmed milk. I've got a bacon sandwich. So I've toasted a 60g wholemeal roll and filled it with bacon medallions and 15g of salt and sugar free tomato ketchup for half a sin and an apple. And that is my breakfast, healthy extra B and half a sin. Right, so this morning it's about 9 o'clock. I am going to be making the 2 Chubby Cubs slow cooker lasagna. So obviously I need to chop everything and get it in the slow cooker because I want to have a portion for my evening meal tonight. So I have made this a proper video, a proper recipe on the channel quite a while ago, and it's quite a while since I've made it. So it's sin free, but each portion is a healthy extra A measure. And what I'm actually going to do is in the mince, I'm going to make it a spicy lasagna. So in the mince, I'm going to use this Spice Entice Nacho Style Feast. This weekend there is 25% off everything at Spice Entice website, and you can use my code DBF25. So yeah, I'm going to flavour my mince with this, and I'm going to chop 2 peppers, 3 courgettes. I'm not going to use all of these. Whatever I don't use, I'm going to roast off and just keep in the fridge to have on the side of other dishes. So 2 red peppers, 3 courgettes and an onion, and I'm going to chop all those, and then I'll show you the other ingredients that we need. So I got a bit carried away because I had the chopper out, but that's my veg for the lasagna. I've got 1 whole onion, about 3/4 of a red pepper and 1.5 courgettes. Then I'm going to roast off the rest of it, and I think I'm going to make a roast vegetable couscous to have during the week. So in here I've got the rest of the pepper, the rest of the courgette, I can't remember if it's 1 or 2 red onions, and a couple of leftover garlic cloves. So I'm going to just shove that in the oven to roast off, and on there I've sprayed it with Fry Light, and I've sprinkled it with Spice Entice chips and wedges, just because that's the one I had open in the cupboard. And then I've grated 2 cloves of garlic for my lasagna, and I've also chopped some red onion and pepper for salads during the week. So the next thing is to get the mince and the sauce sorted. So I'm actually getting started somewhere now with the lasagna recipe. So I've got my biggest frying pan, and I'm just going to fry the veg for about 5 minutes before I add everything else. You don't have to add, you can just add the onions and serve other speed food at the side, or you can add mushrooms, just whatever veg you like, but I do like peppers and courgettes in this lasagna. And by the time they've been in the slow cooker, they'll be really, really soft and reduced to almost nothing. So I've just added my 500g of lean mince, typically less than 5% fat, and my garlic, 2 big cloves of garlic, and I'm going to fry that until all the mince is cooked and you've got rid of all the pink. So here's my mince that's been browned off. I've been frying for about 5 minutes. I'm going to add my tin of chopped tomatoes. I'm going to add my 500g of passata. When I've turned the camera off, I'll also squeeze some tomato puree in, 2 tablespoons I think it says. I'm going to add some salt and pepper. I'm going to put some dashes of Henderson's relish and balsamic vinegar, and then I'm going to add my nacho style feast. So as I say, this weekend only, Spice Entice have a 25% discount, and to get that discount you can use my code DBF25 until midnight tonight, get 25% off your order and free delivery for orders over £15. So yeah, Nacho Style Feast, and that's got in it cumin, chilli, smoked paprika, oregano, onion, garlic, thyme and black pepper. So get that put in, I'll add my other ingredients and then I'll just leave this simmering on the hob while I prepare the cheese sauce to go in the lasagna. So this lasagna, I've got the slow cooker out. Look out, we've got a crock pot which we got from Amazon. This lasagna I usually get to make 6 portions. So I'm now going to make the cheese sauce. So I've got 300 grams of fat-free cottage cheese, 250 grams of quark, 2 mozzarellas, so they're 125 grams each, and that is 4 healthy extras. And then I've got 80 grams of light cheese grated, so that is 6 healthy extras altogether, so each portion will be 1 healthy extra. And then I've got salt and pepper, a pinch of nutmeg and probably a teaspoon of mustard. If I wasn't doing the Nacho Style Feast, I would also add mixed herbs, but I'm not sure whether that will go. But to make your white sauce flavourful, you might want to add mixed herbs as well. So basically, chop up your mozzarella, mix all those together. What I'm going to probably do is just put half the cheese in the sauce and retain some to sprinkle on the top. So I'm going to mix all these together now. And this is still bubbling away nicely, and it's thickening up a little bit. Yum yum. So here we go then. I've got my slow cooker. I have got my mince mixture, which you can see has thickened up nicely. I've got my cheese sauce mixture. You can blend it if you want to make it a little bit smoother, but this is how I like it. So I've got all the mozzarella in there, the cottage cheese and the quark and the seasoning. And then I've got a bit of my cheese left on the side to put on the top. And then I've got Morrison's lasagna sheets. So I'm going to do a layer of mince, a layer of lasagna and a layer of cheese sauce. As many as I can pack in. And after all that hard work, I did the top layer wrong. I put the cheese sauce on before the pasta, but never mind, it all goes down the same hole. So I'm now going to put this on low for about 5 or 6 hours. I'm probably going to be eating it about 5 or 6 o'clock, and it's now just after 10:30. But on the website Two Chubby Cubs, which I will link the recipe in the description, it says 5 hours on low. So this is why you aren't seeing my face yet this morning. I need to go and get in the shower now and wash my hair. So hopefully next time you see me I will look a bit more cleaned and presentable. But before I get in the shower, I'm just going to show you what Andrew's up to. So Andrew works in a residential home and he got asked to make a 100th birthday cake for a lady, isn't it?
Yes, I think she is.
So he's made the cake and it's in the freezer, and he's now making the decorations in advance. So these sunflowers,
I don't know, just whatever.
Sunflowers or gerberas, and he's making lots of pink roses. So that's the pink roses. What else are you going to make? Just lots of roses?
I don't know yet, I'll just make it up as I go along.
And you'll keep these until Thursday or Friday when you're actually going to decorate the cake?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what Andrew's up to. And we have actually managed to coexist in the kitchen, haven't we?
Yeah, you've done well today.
Without killing each other.
Yeah.
So I'm just prepping my salad, and I'll show you exactly what I'm topping it with. But so far I've got green leaves, peppers, cucumber, tomato, the last of the Baxter's Red Slaw, which is free on the plan. Hang on. This one, Baxter's Red Slaw Deli Toppers. That is really, really nice. If you don't like balsamic vinegar though, you won't like it. But of course, balsamic vinegar is my favourite thing, so I love that. And then I've got pickled onions on there too, and I'll show you in a bit what I'm topping that with. But before I eat my lunch, I'm going to prepare my afternoon snack and pudding for later on. So I've got a pot of Isle Quark, which is free on the plan, and I've got a Muller Light lemon tart for half a tin. I'm going to mix those two together with a bit of caramel fudge waffle cone, and it will make a lovely sort of moussey type pudding. Put it back in the fridge for a little while, or even in the freezer for 20 minutes if it's a hot day, and that will do me 2 portions, and it will just be half a tin. So that is really, really nice, and you can obviously mix it with any flavour yoghurt that you want to. Here's the lasagna cooking away. Oops, you've steamed up. Yeah, those lasagna sheets are going to be quite crispy on the top, but I do actually like that. Yeah, that's been on maybe an hour and a half now, 2 hours. And this is where Andrew's up to. He's made a few more roses. And now it's my lunchtime. So here we go, I'm all set up. I've got a breakfast salad. So I've got all the salad bits that I showed you before, and I've topped it with two bacon medallions that I cooked at breakfast, a boiled egg, and, well, there was 2 Linda McCartney vegetarian sausages, but I've just given Alfie about half a sausage. Charlie, sorry, to help him eat his dinner. But I'm still going to call it 1 tin, because they're half a tin each for the vegetarian sausages. And I think I can't decide, but I think I am going to put some smoky barbecue skinny sauce on. Yeah, that's going to be really nice and filling. And then I've got some strawberries, raspberries and grapes, and a no added sugar Sprite. And that's my Sunday lunch. Good afternoon, I am looking a bit more together now. So it's about 1:45, and I thought I'd sit down and have a quick chat with you, because I want to also get out on a big walk with Charlie this afternoon. My slow cooker lasagna is cooking away, and Andrew's still making decorations. Yeah. So what kind of week have I had? Okay. Not perfect. I had a hungry week. You're at a slightly different angle because you're on charge. The iPad's on charge. I had a hungry week, and I did snack on things that were better choices. So I snacked on things like additional cereal that I measured, and raisins, which can be counted as an additional healthy extra B, dried fruit. I don't know if it can actually, you might need to check that, but I did snack on raisins, which is obviously maybe in some way better than snacking on chocolate and starting off a big binge. But yeah, so I had some extra cereal on a couple of days, snacked on raisins once or twice, but other than that I stuck to plan, did a lot of walking. Obviously as a Target member, I can make those choices. So I went to group on Thursday the 8th of August. God, it's passing this year, isn't it? And I gained 1.5 pounds. It was also Star Week last week. So I gained 1.5 pounds. I now weigh 11 stone 4, so I'm over the top of target again. and that's a total weight loss of 15 stone, 3.5 pounds. So I've tried to give it a couple of days because before I came on to talk about it, because I wasn't feeling really happy about how you know, how I've been over target and things like that. Just a minute. Charlie's whining because the door's shut. Well, it's not that I'm not happy. It's just because I keep creeping over the line that Slimming World sets. But I have said before that I am struggling to keep within the £6 range, but I'm not straying too far from it either. And it's not like I've broken the law, or it's not like I've put pounds and pounds back on. It's just that I'm gonna, if I don't get back in Target next week, I'm gonna have to pay for group, and it's not, you know, it's nothing massive, it's nothing to feel guilty about, but I still do feel a little bit guilty. But yeah, so I'm just gonna have to try and deal with that. I'm playing tug with Charlie, if you're wondering. He's got some socks. He needs to go for his walk. So yeah, I just keep trying. I mean, I'm not perfect these days. I am. There are some days where I don't count every single sin. There are some days where I might be a little bit over, or I might have a little bit, like I say, a little bit extra cereal, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. But I can't. But I am in some ways keeping it in check as well, doing my walking, just generally making sure I've got my 1/3 speed, making sure that most of my meals are food optimised. A lot of my meals are sin free. Some of my meals, like when I make butternut squash or soup or crustless quiche or something like that, they don't have any carbs, so some of my meals are SP friendly. So I think all those things that I do on a consistent basis really help me to keep my weight in check. I think the thing that upset me a little bit what happened to me then on Thursday was I ordered, because Morrison's own low calorie ice cream is on offer for £2. I need to show you another couple of things that are on offer actually. Morrison's low calorie ice cream is or was on offer for £2, salted caramel. And what was the other thing? Oh, my Fulfill bar. So yeah, what happened on Thursday morning, I weighed on Thursday morning on my own scales and I was less than I was at group, so I wasn't expecting a gain, which I know is not the right thing to do, but anyway, so I wasn't expecting a gain. And then I had been in talks with an agent to try and get my story in a magazine. And this has happened to me before, about a year to 18 months ago, where somebody seen my pictures on Instagram and got in contact with me and said, oh, do you want to share, would you like me to try and get your story out there in a magazine? You know, like Take a Break or whatever. And 18 months ago they had asked for wedding pictures, and at that point 18 months ago I really didn't want to share wedding pictures from 10 years ago when I was bigger. When me and Andrew got married 12 years ago, I was about 23 stone or something, size 28, and I didn't want any negative association with my wedding pictures, because actually on my wedding day I was not fussed about my weight at all. I loved my wedding dress. I had a really, really good day. So I did not want any negative associations with wedding pictures. So I didn't submit any wedding pictures, and nobody ever took up that story 18 months ago. And so then a different lady's got in contact with me recently. I think the different agents that try and sell these stories. She's seen my pictures on Instagram. Can I share my story? So I was talking and going back and forth, sending her pictures and so on. And then she asked me, do I have any pictures from when me and my sister went to the London Dungeons, which is where I sort of had my realisation that I needed to lose weight. And I don't actually, unfortunately. I do have some photos from the trip to London, but I don't have any photos actually in the dungeons. One, because you're not actually allowed to take personal photos in London Dungeons, and two, I don't think we even looked at the official photographs because we just walked out when I'd had to get off the ride. So I haven't heard anything from her since saying that I've got no photos of London Dungeons. So I'm presuming that again, nobody's actually interested in publishing my story. So I'm not going to deny that I'm a little bit disappointed, and that was on Thursday. So when I came home from group and I'd had a game that was a bit unexpected, and feeling a bit disappointed from not hearing anything from this lady, I ate my pot of ice cream and a Fulfill bar. So I think the pots of ice cream are about 15 cents and Fulfill bars are about 10 or 11 cents. He's getting things off the table now. I'm going out with him in a minute. So, yeah, that was a bit disappointing. But what I have to remember is I have done all my own self-promotion. I've grown my own YouTube channel. I've grown my own Facebook and Instagram page. I've grown my own following organically, and I am out there sharing my story in the hope that it will help other people and help myself. And that's what's the most important thing to me. And also, like what Andrew says, the other most important thing is that I've actually lost the weight, and nothing can beat that feeling. So there we go, £1.50 on, a little bit over target range again, but I'm sure I'll stay in and around this number. I'm not going to stray too far from it. If I'm outside of the £6 range, I haven't broken the law, I'm still within my own range. As long as I keep my own eye on it, then it's nothing to feel guilty about. And I'll just keep on trucking on, keep being consistent, hopefully keep making vlogs for you, although they may not be as regular as they used to be, because I just like to enjoy life these days. Look, Andrew's giving him a pair of his old socks. So yeah, that's today. My lasagna is smelling lovely, so I'm going to go out and have a walk for a couple of hours. It seems pretty dry, maybe a little bit windy, and I will catch you up later when hopefully my lasagna will be cooked and we can see what it looks like. But before I go out for my walk, I'll show you a couple of things that I got on offer from Morrison's, but we'll see what Mr. Fawcett's up to. We've got some smaller flowers here which are red colour with a yellow centre. The roses up there, and these sunflower type things, sunflower gerbera. Don't know what we're going for really. What do you think?
No idea. Cabbages.
Cabbages. There we go. Yeah, and then in Morrison's they've got the Mum Flake no added sugar granola, fruit nut and seed. They've got that's down from £2.87 to £2, and that's 40 grams for a healthy extra B. And then they've got £1 off grape nuts. So I can't exactly remember the price, but it's something like £3.80 down to £2.80. And again, they're 40 grams for a healthy extra B. So they're two nice breakfast cereals that I really enjoy, that my mum very kindly paid for yesterday when I went to see her. Yes, and that is something that I forgot to say a minute ago in my sit down. I was going to vlog yesterday, but I ended up going to see my mum. As you know, she had a fall last week when she was out walking. But I knew she wouldn't want to be on camera because she's got a really badly bruised face. And I knew that we were just sort of round the house and shopping round Hillsborough, which is my mum's local town. So then I didn't end up vlogging yesterday, but yeah, she's doing really, really well. She's got quite a bit of coloration, bruising on her face, and it's quite painful even when she's not touching it, but otherwise she's doing really, really well, and she's planning a walk for Saturday. Oh, hang on, there's someone at the door. Amazon delivery. I can't remember what I was saying, but she's doing really, really well. She's planning to get back walking this coming Saturday, and her and my sister are planning on climbing Snowdon because they don't want me to beat them in that regard. They have to catch up. So yeah, my mum, my sister and my nephew are going to climb Snowdon at the end of August. So yeah, they're going to need to get a bit of practice in by walking on Saturday. And it's my turn to go out for a walk now, so I'll catch you later. So I'm back from my walk now. It's just after 5 o'clock. I've actually been back about half an hour. Got my pyjamas on. And Andrew turned the slow cooker off. So it's been on about 5 hours, just over 5 hours. And I think you'll agree it looks absolutely delicious. So I'm going to portion it out now, and then I'll show you how I serve it. And once it's cooled down, it will be fine to freeze. So here we are then. I have a portion of my slow cooker lasagna, and I have got 6 lovely portions, and it's all completely sin-free, just using 1 healthy extra A choice for a mix of mozzarella and light cheddar cheese. And in the mince I've used the Spice Entice Nacho Style Feast, so that it's a spicy slow cooker lasagna. And at the side I've got some stir fry veg which I've just fried up, so that is just completely free and lots of speed in it, with the stir fry veg and the peppers and courgette in the lasagna and all that lovely mozzarella and cheese. And then I've got some of my lemon moussey type thing that I made earlier with half a pear and some sugar-free Vimto. Right, so it's now 7:15. I've eaten my evening meal, which was absolutely delicious. Just as delicious as I always remembered the slow cooker lasagna to be, with an extra twist from the Spice Entice mix. So I really, really enjoyed that. The other jobs that I've done are, he's back with his sock. Some of Andrew's socks that have got holes in. I've cleaned my walking boots. I've cleaned his teeth, Charlie's teeth, and I have sewed up some of Andrew's trousers. The zip was coming away from the seam. So that was my Sunday jobs all done, and coming up to 7 o'clock it's finally relaxing time. So it's coming up to the end of the day, and I've just been busy editing the vlog and watching telly and looking at my iPad and things. So I'm having some of the M&S reduced fat cheese tasters. There are 2 different types of these, so just be careful which ones you pick up. So I think these are 4.5 sins, and the other bags that you pick up are 5 sins if you get the individual bags. So these are 4.5 sins. Then I've got a flour and white chocolate meringue bar, which is 5 sins, and some more fruit. So I think that, and I'll have that with a coffee. So I think I've had 1.5 sins elsewhere in the day. So I think that leaves me on 11 sins. And thank you very much for watching.